We gathered together here for Chizik, Sifas Chizik. And what are we being mechazik?
Kesef.
Zuav and Kesef. Not only Kesef. The Tepich is Zav and the Moskes Kesef. No, we're being mechazik the Zach. What's the Zach? So, the other mind that it's money today. But it's not money. Money, all you all should have read some capitalist literature in the praise of money. And money is only the symbol of people's relationship with each other. It's actually in Aristotle already. Money is only a token of people's relationship. What does that mean to sagen, right? If I owe you a toive, then in the olden days, was time you owe me a toive. Maybe your son also owes me a toive, maybe your shvager also owes me a toive, and I did you a toive back. We have to figure out exactly how many toives I owe you. That's how humans started off l'chayr. Then they figured out that we could very clearly hold cheshbon who owes who toives, and we could even do a shvida de Reb Nusma. I did you a toive, so you give that guy a toive who I owe a toive, and we'll be even. It's very hard to keep track of all this. So we figured out we're going to give out these tokens called money. Everyone starts off, where they start off is noch hashana, but everyone starts off with a certain amount. And it's a good question where they start off, beside it. But assuming they start off at somewhere, that's the question of value theory, where it starts. But it starts off somewhere. But the point that's this part is true, that Lamasa, whether it starts off fairly or not, it starts. And Sachakul, the amount of tokens you have means how many toivas people owe you. That's all it means. Or how much toivas you did l'chayre for other people. Maybe not you, maybe your Zayd already did a toiva. A lot of people, this is going to be me doing one of the things that I like doing best, which is showing you that something seemingly crazy from the Torah is actually how the world works, whether you like it or not, and also makes tons of sense, right? But anyone that's not pro 100% inheritance tax, hold of it, right? Lamasa, your father has money, which means your father did a toiv for someone, or your elte Zayd, do the melech, by the Eigel, nicht getin the Eigel, and elte Zayd, and since then, you got so many tokens, and now you have trimme, atzof kladoiris, or until whenever your chestel is going to change it, or whatever, because of your Zayd, yeah? So that's what money is, that's all. And therefore, lefi dati, and this is not helpful for me, I think it is, lefi is dati, I have a lot of friends, all of them consider themselves smart, including you. And some of them, not you, but some of them hold that because they're smart, they have an excuse for being poor. It's not a pele. If someone is poor, it means you didn't do enough toivas for anyone. So nobody owes you anything. You have to ask them for a toiva, which means you're makabel, you're not bechinam, mat neschinam. It's a grace of brown, the whole world was created, so it shouldn't have mat neschinam. It's the zach. So then they figured out some excuse. They found a pusik in Kehelis, which they misread in Kehelis. And they decided, as being too smart is a stira with having money, and there's all shtickle Torah, the Welt is nicht marig, the chachma enough, and therefore it's their fault that they're not giving me their money, because really I'm so smart, I deserve all the money, and this is their excuse for being a bunch of people that nobody owes anything to. Kamash Malan Yitzchok Lowy zogt, and this is what I actually believe. I didn't say this because Negias, gam darf sich heute sein, das zog nicht. Als ich habe schon alte, zogt er kenne ich an von der Schale, die geben Geld, weil hat Negias. Okay, Lamasi answered the question. He said, yeah, right? Lamas, I'm in the negir. So, ich sag, as it's nicht kein Teretz. If you're smart, du sollst wirklich wie dein Geld, das ist like the kasha. Was macht es wie dein Geld? So wirklich meint, das soll geht, right? Chachma is connected with being good. If you're a chacham ru, it's a chacham laura, but haitiv lo yadui. If you're so good, means you're moil for the world so much with your chachma. So why don't they owe you back? So they don't know about it? Was I mean, toiv is, it's not, the Rambam explains in Pirkovis and the Mishnah from Chibi Yisayim in the Das Lemsh, and Nikrebun Lamukim, it says that if you give someone a toiv without telling him, Pshat, you're mazalzlan him, he's a little baby, he needs money, so you give him. But if it's a bardat, then you have to tell him, because Pshat, I'm giving it to you, but baldas, someone that knows about it. So all these achomim, either they're not doing any toiv for anyone, not doing, and therefore they don't deserve any money. Die was herausgenommen von der Spiel, from the give and take of the world, and die have Tanis, always Krieg, so what? Van sein Krieg kommt sich gewunisch, van sein Git kommt sich etwas. Doing some toiv for someone in some way. Okay, you do toiv berachnis, I have news for you. I told someone that I think, stop me if I'm saying too many shtissim. I told someone that I think that only the people that learn only nigla have no money, but the people that learn nista, they're all rich. And all the my friends are upset. The babas haben alle Geld. Chum is, a pikabule is, ich meine, nicht stemmes, ich meine, kämach an teuer. Der steht in der Mischne, ist, ich meine, kämach an teuer, means you have to have teuer, ich meine, teuer ein kämach. A pi nigla, seht aus, man kann von Uren lernen. But a pikabule, man kann nicht. Das ist manchmal, all them people are rich, right? Look around, you'll see. Das lachste. How do we are rich? Seht aus, this is halacha that Kachidarak ist teuer. Das ist teuer für den Nachman. Man sagt, als Pinigler darf man gewisse Amount von Kemach, mein Kemach an teuer. If someone wants even more teuer, yes, even more Kemach. That's why the Nachman says in Teuer Samach that Pikabudam darf Kalhoin to Alma. But the real truth is, I think this is actually true, this is not a joke, that the people that we call Mekabulim and they have money and we say that they're fakers, sie machen nicht echt Yeshir. At least, reden an Menschen, sie machen Yeshir. Tut schon mehr von dich. Die hat nicht vielleicht kein Mensch angehört, dass das like Yeshir. The guy, at least he makes the guy feel good, you know, auch das Stückchen Yeshir, right? Psychology, very important. It's a placebo effect, whatever you want to call it. The guy does favors for Eden. He is always helping people. Do they really get helped? Noch Hashale. Die sitzen dann ständig, das ist kein Geld. No wonder das schon Geld. This is how I understand it. The reality to be, and maybe it's something if you daven for the whole world, and already you have a right, stickel, at least, right? Die bist da Zadig, du bist da Oived. Okay, wie viel musst du getan dann von der ganzen Schiel? Was nicht. No wonder I'm gezult. Why don't you put into your sid the names of all the people that are supporting you, that they should, that's what Kvitlech started off from, right? The Rebbe understood that he's mashpia, he's trying to give people something, so his basic, Kvitl, you know, Kvitlech is a great facade. There's, I don't know how many people here see them and have them aside. Kvitlech is a tif facade. Right? Everyone knows this. The Rebbe went to the old Rebbe before he became Rebbe and they taught him the secret of reading Kvitlech. Yeah? The advice was Kvitlech is. Kvitlech is ancient CRM system. Everyone knows you have a business, you have to have a customer relationship management system. And Kvitl, before they had databases, they had Kvitlech. Everyone wrote into the Rebbe once a year. Komm, so viel Kinder, so viel Rinder, so viel Geld, so viel Yeshiyas I need. The kid said, this is my needs, and the Rebbe held cap. So that he firstly actually helped also, if it is a Rebbe that gets Kvitlech and he doesn't make shadichem with Wesa that of Arbeiter, and of employee. Right? Mamash Arusha Merisha if he doesn't do that, right? So obviously they did that. Taka did that, and we actually know the Rebbes that cared about people's gashmis, they did a lot of shit stetchunis, and some of them even made money out of it. Darf man sagen, kanar, and stemmen 100% auch, right? So if the pretend guy officially that he makes him a shidduch, or if it goes that the guy gives him a pity and was achillik, he is helping people. He's the center in his community, and his job is to connect people. So he's helping them. That's the secret of Kvitlech. Soda Kvitlech doesn't galak ven nach Asad. Shine. So al-Maida luch the is as chavgat hashal hakira. Would it be better if I'm independently wealthy? And then I can do what all the supposedly independently wealthy people do. They sit in their house and they read whichever books they want. They buy a big library. And once in a while, schreibt a mamer and he puts it on his Substack or wherever. And whoever wants reads it, and maybe he pays Google to promote it. So a lot of people read it. And Sean, it seems to be with the best life. Because really, selfishly, what I would want is just to do that. Aber selfish tun wir doch nicht an. Von dem der Eibischte gemacht, as the Chachomim only get money if they actually do toivus for other people. Not the Irish, they made it the same thing for the Tipshim also. It's nothing special. If you don't help people, and if you're not media them that they're helping, you're right, same thing. Someone goes around, Matam Messiah, say, I get paid, mine free milk in the free. It doesn't tell you that it's coming. You're not going to get paid for your milk. The milkman has to tell you, leaves a receipt. Okay, right? Very basic. So that's my understanding of the reality. Some people think that this is B'David. They don't have that. That's how the world works. And that's how it should work. And Baruch Hashem that I'm not rich enough to not need anyone's money. So I have to actually think of what I'm giving people. And I have to tell them. Sometimes I think, so these are the two steps. First I have to do it. Sometimes I'm only say, but was macht mein Job? Das darf ich tun. Wie wer bezahlt. Somehow, wer bezahlt, if Menschen muss someone know to tun for them. And secondly, is after media, so that's really where we're up to. Number one is, that's why I get you together, just to be clear. I think that it's probably, so wert beërig $200 this room, where all these 12 people are here. Each of you just gained $200 of value at least. Stamma sag mehr. Ja. ist ein Businessman, geht sein ein Businessman, hält sich ein Businessman, hat schon verkauft auf Sachen. Mach ein Business. Ich meine, now you know him, right? Now you know that you have something in common. Ich habe doch etwas aufgetan. I don't know exactly what. This guy has a kasha, you have a teretz for him. Ich meine, etwas. He wants to know if God exists, so tell him the teretz. So, it's worth something, right? Even this. And it's really connected to a bigger network, plugging you into the whole Olam HaChachomim and VaChachma and even the dead Chachomim, they also have something to tell us and to gain. Sure? So that's step one. Everyone here, I don't have to be ideas because they already know. But then there's the Tzurich L'Idea part. As ich habe ein Stück Problem von der Moshe Shapiro said, it's Prince Ibra Bambati. That if you put a sheet on the internet and someone listens to it, so this is as if it's an Ibra Bambati. You put your thing somewhere and someone gets it. And yeah? This is a Torah from Moshe Shapiro. I didn't make it up, this connection. Because he used to do a lot of tapes and he didn't like it that people think they know him from the tapes. Right. So it's eine ganze Sache, because he has to be connected. He did some ja, some nicht, ganze Torah. Right. So Ibra Bambati is the same idea of Loy Tzurich L'Idea. He's nicht Yaker, right? You have to have Yaker. There has to be a dance that makes the father a father. So since there's a lot of people that watch my videos, maybe hopefully watch this video, and they know me but I don't know them. So this is an invitation for them to know me, and this is an invitation for the people that are here that already know me to let the people know, all of you, we talk to people, and half of the things you tell them you stole from me. So you don't tell them, because I get. Sag nicht noch meine Teures von dich, aber sag noch deine Teures von mich. Ja, side. The opposite. What does it go? Don't. You could say that you said my Teures, but you can't say yet I said your Teures. Exactly. So I think that everyone does both anyways. But you should reach out to those people. And ich habe gesehen, the Mormons are very Isaac missionaries, missionizing. They're probably the most modern, sophisticated missionaries that there are. Because they're modern. There's a CRM for everything and so on. And they made a study of how they're actually successful. They're growing. And what's the stage that works? So they have these people that go on bikes and knock on people's doors and give them a book, whatever, and tell them maybe you want to hear about this. And that has like a 98% failure rate. Aber wenn gelungt es ja, wenn ein Mensch sucht für seinen Schwager und für seinen Bruder und für seinen Cousin, für seinen Coworker, people that you're really close with, and you tell them, you know, ich glaube in this shtis, and maybe you want to also believe in the same shtis. Turns out about half of the time it works, 50% success rate. And people are shy. Sometimes it's easier to Times Square so lang zu filmen, verdammt sehen, kannst du schon so lange filmen. Ein größer Sache. Try, ja? If the film machen, du kannst filmen, there's a lot of Buchern there that need to film every day. This is schwerer. But the Lamas, if you have the courage to do it, and you're already doing it, you have the courage to make the idea, then it has a lot big success rate. So, Halloch Lamas, in so einer campaign for $150,000 auf the sale. And let's if we get there, we'll make a bonus round for 200. And where are we up to now? So there's basically 3 states in my community that I know here, Lakewood, the Munson, and the Bar Park. Each one of you has to get 50. Very simple. And do the nice simple cash. Do the 10 Menschen. Staat 5 auf 10. 50 auf 10. Give us $5,000 each. That's all. Nicht ganz sach. You give yourself $2,500. You'll get your 3 friends to give $2,500. And we're done. Schön. Gaan we de schoen. Gaan we de brug. Gaan we maken een video.